telling someone to listen to your podcast is the same as, it's emotional abuse.
Yeah.
It's violence.
Hello, and welcome back to a brand new, exciting episode of Video Ditch. It's me, Sam, joined by Nick, and today we've got a special guest on the mic with us on the panel today. He's an old friend of Nick and ours from our mysterious past. Yes.
Amorphous the past.
Yes, but we know that he loves video games just as much as Nick or I. And we're calling him Jake. So Jake, thanks for coming on tonight. How are you doing?
I was pretty busy, but I was able to fit you guys in my schedule. So
Perfect.
Thank you for
He's
having
a busy
me.
guy. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, many other invites, as you can imagine.
Oh yeah.
But
Well, we love to have you here.
thanks.
Do you want to give the viewers and listeners a brief history of your history with games, Jake? What do they need to know? At a
So-
glance with you.
So I have a pretty deep history with a multitude of different genres, but you see, I met Nick back in high school, along with you.
What was the
Sam.
name of that high school?
I'm not gonna dox myself, but thank you for that. The thing is,
It's true though.
I started, well, you and I actually were friends at the time, Sam, before I had even become close with Nick. And you and I
Yeah.
were speaking about
Really?
Final Fantasy VII.
I was a shaking,
think,
stammering freakazoid at the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Weren't we all
Not
kind
gonna
of
deny that, but
within the
yeah,
chrysalis at the time?
We were talking about Final Fantasy, you and I, Sam, and I remember Nick
Mhm.
had the hardest knee-jerk reaction I'd ever seen someone, as if they
Yeah.
were having an aneurysm in their seat.
I got whiplash.
It was that day on that I was introduced to an even a wider world of gaming,
Mhm.
and internet culture,
Yeah.
that's when I became much more sophisticated, let's just say, in the
Mhm.
gaming world. So
Totally.
I have a very deep history of JRPGs. I like shooters. Not really. I'm not very good at them. I like Halo and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I play a lot of competitive games just because I don't do anything else competitive in life, and kind of need to scratch that itch.
There you go. Yeah.
But I'm a degenerate who plays League, for that competitive itch as well. On the other hand, I do like Trackmania, which unfortunately has now been acquired by its Ubisoft overlords. But
Mm.
they're still pretty independent, and they're doing good things, big things. So
For now.
For
yeah,
now.
that's me in a nutshell. I have a lot of varied games.
Right
Nick's
on.
got me into roguelikes.
Nice.
Racing, role playing, and shooting. And that other thing also.
Yeah, I can bring MOBAs to the
Don't forget
discussion.
that
there you
missing
go.
piece.
Yeah.
That missing
Yeah.
piece.
Yeah,
Since you
perfect.
two don't have MOBAs.
Finally, our
I-
whole
Yeah.
we'll be completely covered on all bases.
We've got the whole umbrella totally drenched with gaming,
Mm-hmm.
as
Yeah.
they say.
Yeah, today's episode is just going to be pretty casual, just ruminating on what we've been up to these past few weeks, since it's been a few weeks. And Nick has been spending some time with some upcoming indies, so or yeah, not even necessarily upcoming. Some have come out, so excited to hear about that. But before the game talk, I'll usually do like a kind of media check-in with everyone. Jake, you watch anything? You listen to anything? Read anything
I've
worth
been
sharing
reading-
recently?
I mean, tonight is the release of, I don't know how much you guys talk about manga on here, but tonight's the release of
Not
a
much, surprisingly.
pretty big chapter for Jujutsu Kaisen. So
Oh,
it's not a release,
yeah.
but the leaks are coming out.
Oh, it's like, isn't that on Sunday?
Well, yeah, I mean, for official, and then but the leaks coming tonight. There's a pretty big reveal last week.
Yeah.
so-
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, at the end of, oh man, hey
What
viewers,
happened last
you're about to be
week?
spoiled on the current
Yeah,
state
for all
of
the
Jujutsu
people who come
Kaisen.
here for manga talk, you want to turn that off. Skip to the time code list sheet.
I haven't said
Mhm.
shit about
Gojo's alive.
Oh, I mean, he's not though.
We don't
he
know.
could
That's
be.
what we're gonna
That's
find
what we're
out
gonna
tonight.
find
There's
out,
gonna be
yeah.
a lot of people banned on a lot
came
of different
back,
things, but it's
and
gonna
he-
be good.
Wow.
Said Sukuna.
Wow, I can't believe we're talking about it.
Yuabusta.
So
Did you guys
killed
believe that?
him.
Do you believe that it's actually him though?
I think
Yeah,
it's
I
him.
mean, the guy got stabbed in the
I'm full of
brain with
copium.
like the sword of infinite
Yeah.
fucking cursed energy or whatever, and he was
Hmm.
fine when he was like 16. How I'm supposed to believe that he gets cut in half? He's like, well, that's it. The strongest sorcerer in the world couldn't heal from getting bisected. Well, he's like a
Hmm.
worm. He's fine.
Wow.
I'll admit,
Okay.
I'm full fucking send copium. I never thought he was dead, and I've
Hmm.
been hoping to God that he wasn't. I
I
mean,
think I think it would be a hilarious, like, classically gay come back from the cliffhanger, and then the cliffhanger is resolved in like the first two panels. Sukuna just like
dude,
shakes his head and then like,
Dude,
disappears. He's like,
watch
oh,
him just not
I was
even
just
show
seeing
it.
things. Yeah.
It was a
Watch him just not
mirage.
show it. It's just
Yeah.
Hikari and Urame the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's the whole chapter is just Hikari's fight, and we
Oh
don't
my,
even get a
oh my
conclusion.
God.
Can you
I'd
Yeah.
be fine
imagine?
with that.
I'd be fine with that too. Hikari's my
How'd you
fucking
feel
goat.
about the return of Boogie Woogie? Little
About
vibra
damn
slap.
Yeah, I
time. Like,
mean, it was about yeah,
Mm.
bring back a good character.
yeah,
And losing a good character as well. I guess that was the week
yeah.
before with more spoilers, Chozo, but
I was bummed Choso
Yeah,
didn't
he
get to
got
interact with
he
Toga,
got
but
instantly incinerated.
yeah.
he did.
And then the touching
Crazy.
touching moments with Yuji. I love a good brother moment. That shit gets me in any media. I'm like, "Argh!"
No, me too.
Oh, good
That was
shit.
tough. That was tough.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah,
Well,
that.
the
yeah,
big
now we're
week
back
next
from
week.
manga spoilers.
Yeah, sorry, but that was my media.
Okay, that's what you've been. Okay, right on. What about you, Nick? Anything good?
Watching Avatar again.
Okay, where are you at
Rewatch
now?
rewatching slash watch. Zuko just defected from the Fire Nation and joined up with the
Okay,
squad.
so the day of Black
Yeah,
Sun
yeah.
happened. Yeah.
He's fucking everything up. He set Toph's feet on fire.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah.
just constantly embarrassing himself.
Mm-hmm.
But
God,
they've
I
reluctantly let him in. I can't
mm-hmm.
wait to see how it goes. I can't wait to see what
And
happens next.
Qatar is just like, if you fuck up slightly, I will fucking kill you.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
oh, okay,
And Joanna's
pretty
sitting there
cool.
watching, like, see, aren't they so in love?
If she ships that shit, oh
Yeah.
God, unbelievable, unbelievable. Of course she would. That's funny.
Yeah, I've been trying to
Um,
get Ivy to watch that.
yeah, I recently finished X-Men '97, the first season. That finished up like a week or two ago.
Was it good?
It was really good.
That's
Like
shocking since it's
I
Disney.
wasn't really into it in the beginning. I was like, oh, this looks nice, but whatever. I don't know what's gonna happen. And then by episode 3 or 4, I was like, oh man, I'm attached.
Is
I'm
that live
in.
action?
No, it's
It's
it's a continuation of the animated
yeah,
series.
the old one.
Oh, the old one.
The old
Yeah.
one with Nightcrawler and Wolverine and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Cyclops.
shit, I
Yeah.
even watched that one.
Yeah. Right. I never kept up as a kid. I was
Me
only like
neither.
I didn't
catch
know
a
it
few
was
episodes
even
here and
like
there.
a solid storyline. I thought it was a bunch of random shit happening.
So did I. Took it because it's
Right. Yeah, because you never see it in sequence. Did you guys like really watch any series like in sequence as a kid? Do you
As a
remember?
child,
Yeah.
fuck no.
Pokemon, maybe.
I would make sure to watch certain shows that air. Like if Ed and Eddie was coming, I was like, well, I gotta see that. I gotta see
Mhm.
what the Ed boys are doing
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
Oh my God, force feeding Jimmy peaches and cream. These guys are crazy.
Yeah, anything Cartoon Network for sure. I was always catching, and then
I think the
some.
after school sort of Toonami block. Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, that was the shit. But as far as like, the anime that would come on, or even like the X-Men type, or shows that had a cohesive storyline like
Yeah.
that, not really, aside from I think maybe Pokemon. Rurouni Kenshin was one that I tried to
Mm.
follow because it
Hmm.
just happened to work out. Like I think after baseball practice every day, I'd get to catch that before like
Yeah.
going and doing homework. But
I do remember watching that one as
that's
a
it.
kid.
That was my first like introduction to anime before I even knew what anime was. I didn't even know it was an anime. But
Hmm.
Right.
no, I think the first time I ever watched a full anime through was Nick recommended and John told me to watch Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball
Yeah.
and Dragon Ball
Mm.
Z. And so I watched through the whole thing and then I was just hooked on anime from then on.
Wow. Wow.
It's a
They gave
totally
you a little
different
tab of
beast.
acid, said suck on that for a little bit.
Yeah.
Keys to the
Put
kingdom,
that on your
baby.
tongue. Amazing.
That's right.
Open your eyes. Open your third eye, man.
Yeah. Wow. Very
Yeah.
cool.
That little kid's gonna become the greatest hero Mexico's ever known.
Oh yeah. Rest in peace,
Uh,
Toriyama.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, right on. I think that's really about it. I haven't. Oh, I mean, I don't know if either of you listen to Childish Gambino, but his latest album was
You know, I heard he
rather
dropped it
pleasant.
like the Nasdaq. I heard about that.
Yes, yes. Move white girls like there's coke up his ass crack. Even
Wow.
it was quite good.
Is it? I'll take a listen.
You
I
think
do like
did
it.
he
It's
have
kind of
anything
psychedelic. I like it.
anything in it like I'm coming back for Community season 6? Hey, I'm Childish Gambino. Anything like that coming
Nothing,
out?
nothing like that. But it's
That's
funny
too
you
bad.
mentioned that because whenever I'll put on music by Donald Glover, my brother-in-law just like he can't not hear Troy from
Yeah.
Community. He's just
I
like,
mean,
oh
they're
my
so
god.
similar.
I know it's
Like the
almost like
same
the
guy.
same guy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you just listen to
And
Redbone and he's like, Troy and Abed in the morning.
it I'll be real. Awaken My Love isn't my favorite album of his, so I'm kind of glad this one isn't more of that. There's certainly elements that kind of are like, oh, you're doing, the big soul revival vocal thing again, but a lot of it is just pretty like tight, clean, modern. Yeah, really, I think that was it. And I went to the Renaissance Fair, viewers and listeners, and I had such a great time.
He loved it.
Yeah.
A truly wonderful time. But getting back to the episode. And I guess I'll start with what games I've been playing. A bit of a confession to make, Foo Fighters style. Is I've been playing bad games, fellas, bad games, because Fallout 4 had a next gen update come out. I think at the
Okay, so
beginning
that's
of
what
this
you meant
month or
by
the
bad.
end of last month. And but here's the thing, like Fallout 4 is not a great role playing game by any stretch. It has pretty shallow writing.
Really?
Right. I was trying to give it another chance, and it's certainly not as bad as some other modern AAA video game writing. But what I find most appealing about Fallout 4, hilariously, is the base building aspect. I was like, oh, this is like fucking Minecraft with graphics. And I can lose hours in that shit. It's
Just go play
insane.
Rust. Just go play
Yeah.
It's
Rust.
so
What the
crazy
fuck?
to me.
Play Rust if you
No way,
want
man.
Minecraft with
You got you got
graphics.
you got power armor and mutants, and I can uppercut a dog. It's great. I
You
don't
and
have to I
Nightbot
don't have
can
to pay
go
attention to the story.
I mean, if that's what you want to do with your time, I guess that's fine.
Mhm.
You know,
New Vegas
I
is
I have
alright.
no opinions personally on Fallout 4 one way or the other, as you
Don't.
know.
Really?
No,
Did you
Because
even
you
play
didn't,
it?
you never touched it.
I never. Well, I played it once. My sister was like, "Oh, you got to play. It's the best game ever," and I hated every second of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I would say the beginning of Fallout 4. I know I hate the beginning,
Ah,
The beginning is a drag.
the beginning is a drag. The watching your
and
family get nuked sequence.
everything I got to do, gameplay wise, story wise, choice, role playing wise, was underwhelming at best. So I don't think
Mm-hmm.
I'll ever pick it up.
I mean, I recognize those flaws, and I'm even inclined to agree with you. But
It's
I don't know.
nostalgia glasses. I'm
It's
sure.
I don't even think it's nostalgia. It
Can it
just
even
like it.
Really?
be
Oh,
nostalgia
Sam, I
glasses
gave
for
you
a
a
Right?
fucking?
pass
It's a
there.
PS4
Sam.
Yeah,
game.
it came out like 10 years ago.
Nostalgia glasses.
Um,
It's not Majora's Mask.
hey man, I'm not ashamed of playing games, right? That people consider like bad.
Oh,
Whatever. Play
me
what you want to
neither.
play.
I'm
I'm the
not
number one
either.
Yick.
Dude, I
I'm the number
play
one Yick
League. I'm
fan.
not
So.
fucking. I can't say
Yeah.
shit.
Well, I mean, you
Yeah.
guys are like, I'm being lambasted for eating shit. I'm like Joan of Arc over here, God speaking directly to me, and they're like, this guy can't talk to
He's a
God. I'm like, I
heretic.
can.
You just don't understand
You
it.
just don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like Plato telling everyone the world is round. They make him drink poison or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, and well, the cherry on top of this is not only have I been playing a Bethesda game, I've been playing Watch Dogs Legion again. Another really
Not
Ooh,
not great game,
oh, banger.
but there's something about the systems of that game like are so intriguing to me. I think it scratches like a almost like Dwarf Fortress XCOM sort of storytelling itch for me, where I'm like, it's not about the plot of the game, it's about the story that's being told while I'm playing, moment to moment. And certainly every game has that as an element. But
like
What helps you
delusion.
sleep at night?
Like you're deluding yourself
you
into
guys
thinking
are
it has a
nuts.
story.
You guys are nuts. No, it's not the story that the game is telling you. It's the story that you're creating. treating games as like a medium for that sort of like using your imagination, not having to be fed a narrative.
No, the whole point of a game is that someone else used
Oh
their
yeah, that's
imagination, and I
You should
get to
just go work for
experience what they
Ubisoft, man.
made.
different perspectives. um I guess what it made me want to ask you guys is like, yeah, how do you choose to enjoy, or how do you kind of rewire your mind to engage with bad games, right? So you say you like Yeek.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Dick.
What is it that you're rewiring there to enjoy that?
Just trying to look at it for what it's being called instead of just seeing it for what it is on the face value. Because, seeing so many people parroting the same opinions about it, it's
Mm-hmm.
like, can it really be that bad? Especially when it's all the same criticism they have, like, oh, the writing's so bad, oh, the characters are so annoying. And then you play and you're like, oh, I think that's the point. I think that you're supposed to see these flaws in these characters, and you're not supposed to be like, oh, well, this is the protagonist, so they're good. You're supposed to recognize that actually they're bad. You're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be able to
What?
look a little bit deeper. It's kind of like, how people don't like David Lynch films, for example, because everything isn't laid out real nice and pretty for them to understand. They don't have 30 minutes of exposition of Tony Stark being like, this is the bad guy zone where all the bad guys live. They are 100% evil and we are 100% morally complicit and ethical in killing them. They don't have any scenes like
Mm-hmm.
that. So people are like, I don't understand what's going on. This hurts to think about. Ow, where's my chew toy? Where's my binky? Where's my bottle? Baby wants milky, etc. uh, I just think that putting in a little bit of extra thought when you're playing story-based games that actually want you to engage and think and really interact with them makes them a lot
Mm-hmm.
more enjoyable of an experience. So if you see a game with mixed reviews and all the reviews say something like the story is weird or I don't get it or poorly written story, but they don't explain why it's poorly written, they just like don't like it. Check it out.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Okay.
Like
So
I
that's
feel
how
like
you justify in your mind playing like what
What others consider bad.
widely regarded. Okay.
Yeah,
yeah,
because you're getting to the
because I
truth of it.
like,
You're
the
getting to
bad
the
games
truth
I
of it.
like
Yeah.
are the games that people are like, oh, this is bad because the story's bad. If something's like, oh, the gameplay's bad, it's like, no shit, I don't want to play that. I
Okay.
hate bad gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See,
David
I can
Lynch.
stomach I can
That's
stomach so much bad gameplay because I enjoy just like exploring worlds. Just like, and I think that's
Oh
the thing
yeah,
about both of these games is like they're very like detail laden and detail rich,
yes.
And I
Are you
think
talking
maybe
about
it's just like
Y2K?
what?
Oh, you're
no,
talking about Fallout. Never
I'm
mind.
talking about fucking
Never mind.
Fallout and Watch Dogs and just like open world games in general. That's like why
I
I
feel
like.
like the thing is with open world games that
Yeah.
the details are very surface level, very vapid. They
Mhm.
don't they don't mean anything. It's
Depends.
Yeah,
all
no, certainly. With a lot of open world games, that's certainly the case. And I think in the case of what makes Fallout interesting for me right now is like it's the base building and everything. It's like, oh, I'm just like gathering resources, kind of become the mayor of all these little settlements, and that's enjoyable to me because I like watching those settlements eventually grow and thrive and such.
you like having peons.
Yeah, I do like having peons.
Me too.
And then the details in Watch Dogs are not very well displayed through gameplay. It's a lot of just stuff that's behind the scenes, which it makes it such a.
Watch Dogs
I
is a
don't recommend
really
this game.
interesting thing where you have to go on this website called watchdogs.wiki and you
No, no,
read
no,
all
no,
of
no, no.
that.
Not the first two. Just like this last one with its whole like you can play as anyone
Right.
system. The technology there is like
Oh,
really
okay.
cool. Um, and so that's usually like I'm just like looking at that more than like playing the game. Uh, so but Y2K you say is also detail laden. Is that something that people
It's
are like
true.
missing, you think?
It's absolutely something people are missing. I would say it's the biggest victim of people seeing exactly what's being shown to them and not looking at all.
Any
People
deeper?
literally consciously almost putting on blinders to not see what's actually happening in the game
Yeah, because they're
and
they're
rejecting
indisposed
it.
already.
Well,
Yeah,
I feel
or
like mostly it's
predisposed
it's
to
like
not like
people
it. Yeah.
see like a YouTube video. It's like this is the worst game ever, and it's like
Mhm.
some really nasally idiot going on for an hour. Like, what the heck's up with this game? With the crossed arm PNG anime
Yeah.
character. It's like just a super handsome version of them or something. It's like, who wrote this freaking game? An idiot who's a monkey? And then people are like, oh, I should use that later when I'm talking.
Mhm.
It's it's just zero thought going in, zero thought coming out.
There you go. Okay. And what about you, Jake?
Yeah, so I
What are your
guess
thoughts on Y2K?
Yeah, do you love it or hate
I
it?
actually haven't
Okay,
played
okay.
Y2K. But if it's anything like David Lynch, I'm sure it's just fantastic, with lots of good nuance that has a lot of hidden
That I
messages and stuff.
love.
Yeah, no, I sure loved when Nick made me sit through
Hey, you ever see this thing
all
called
of
Twin
David.
Peaks?
Oh my
Watch
God,
this with me.
dude,
The
I
fire,
could
watch
watch
with me.
all of Twin Peaks. And no, the worst, I didn't mind Twin Peaks so much. I mean, I didn't like it, but
You ever get watch Blue
I didn't
Velvet?
hate it. Was that the was what was the fucking
That's the Pabst
YouTube?
Blue Ribbon.
What
Yeah,
was the fucking YouTube internet? Can I cuss on here?
yeah.
Oh no,
Okay.
Jake, you can't
All
cuss on
right.
here.
I don't know,
Are you
dude.
kidding
Maybe
me?
try to monetize or something. Yeah, so whatever that
Which one?
shit you showed me on
Oh,
YouTube was,
Dilbert?
I don't know, but it was
Was it the
David
one where
Lynch's like custom shit. That was the worst thing you had ever showed me in terms of like I didn't see it, dude. I didn't see what you thought was you showed me so many deranged
it's
things that
probably
I really
Dilbert?
did like. I really did. I didn't want to admit I did, but I definitely loved them. And especially some of the shit I will not mention. But like that was something I just couldn't wrap my head around. That was too far gone for me.
What
But
I'm gonna put a little rectangle of Dilbert 2 and 3 in the
yeah, so
corner, and then
when you
you can all
mentioned
see.
David Lynch, like I can't help but think of that and think like, okay, games can be subtle and have like subtle nuance and have, ethical dilemmas and conundrums and not be such a milk toast like blanket, here's the bad guy
And it can do
without
it in a
being
linear story
David
too.
Lynch.
Like I
Mhm.
feel like a great example of that is Final Fantasy VII, you know? That's like the best entry level unreliable narrator type of game you could ever play.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I love when games have hidden messages and stuff. So I guess to answer the question, so what I do to justify playing bad games, well, I am clearly masochistic because I play League of Legends, and I'm definitely fall into that niche. But
Just play what you like.
I also enjoy. I think
CDT.
part
Say
like
it. You
I
could
like
say it. It's
Sonic
fun.
games. I
Oh,
like
okay.
Sonic
That's
Hell
games.
yeah.
actually
Okay,
fine. That's actually good.
I enjoy some Sonic games. I've even gone back and played '06 and realized just, yes, how bad it is. I get it, but I
Hmm.
still play through the whole thing. I don't 100% it because I'm not going to sit there for
Wow.
Don't
Did
hate
you did
hours
you
yourself.
play
editing
Sonic
streaming
Frontiers? Did
schedules.
you play the open world?
I have it on my Steam. I've just been waiting because I'm a patient gamer now. I am
I
not,
respect that.
I do not play shit until all the DLC is out.
Oh,
With the exception of a couple titles
oh,
that I'm
excuse me.
like, excuse salute.
Thank
Exception
you.
of a couple titles that I'm like super hyped for. Like I think I didn't wait for Xenoblade 3, then I regretted that. Not because I loved 2. 2 was fine. The combat was super fun, but the
Do they have
story was
fucking
trash.
stupid ass accents in every Xenoblade game?
Stupid.
Yeah.
They're all like, oh, well,
They do. The first game is
stupid.
really
Forgive
good.
me.
I know. No, actually really like the Aussie accents in 1, but
One is the best in
1
terms
is
of
by far
voice
the
acting
best.
and
I
just
just
In
feel
terms of
like I
everything
saw a
but
scene
combat.
from the second game where
well,
he's
You can't. The second game's voice
the
acting is
the protagonist was really just not. I was not
terrible.
feeling it.
Poira.
Like, stay with me.
Fyra!
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
okay,
it's
dude.
the fucking worst, dude. It's so hard to get through that game because of
Okay.
that. But the
No.
combat is
After you
like
play for 120
unbelievably
hours,
fun.
great game.
Yeah, combat's so fun. Like the deck, the not deck building, but might as well be like your team building. Like you said, there's like a bunch of micromanaged like menu management shit that I love. I get all into that shit too. Um, I love doing that in games, but 3 had too much of it. Three was like a middle ground between 1 and
So he
2,
looked
but
good.
it is good. It's
I
good.
like the
The
art direction.
pacing's not good. The art
Mm.
direction's good. The voice direction's good. The writing's pretty solid for most. For the general cast you care about. The emotional beats were there, but it though towards the end the pacing is just like rapid fire. It was too much. with the open world. Like they tried to do too much with it, I think.
Mhm.
It was
Are
still good.
those narratives all connected, like through 1 to
Yes.
3? Okay.
Yes.
And in
You
3, they're
don't
like
know until
child
the end.
soldiers, right? Like that's like the whole shit,
It's
like
weird. Yeah.
engineered. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's kind of it's a little contrived in some ways. Like I don't think it was as well thought out as one and well, the end of twos. But I mean,
Is it more like just on the nose kind of commentary?
Like things happen because they had to, not because they necessarily make sense within the narrative.
right.
Yeah.
And it was
Mm.
kind of tying loose ends in a weird way that didn't totally, I'll admit, doesn't feel totally satisfying. But with Future Redeemed, the DLC, all the DLCs are like fantastic. Like that's why I should have waited, but it's fine. Like
It's like buying a Persona game at launch. You know
Yeah, but
there's
Shin
gonna
Megami
be,
Tensei
oh, I
you
will
now.
know
not.
there's gonna be,
I will not ever.
yeah.
Like yeah, I waited to play R till like last year. And so one game I had another one I will say to your point, Sam, with open world, I'm sick of open world to a degree.
Hmm.
I did just play Tears of the Kingdom. I didn't plan on playing it because I played Breath of the Wild. I played the shit out of it. Had like 300 hours in it. Did almost
Great
everything.
game.
Great
Yeah.
game, right? And I mean, I'm a huge Zelda fan, but when it come like Tears of the Kingdom came out, I was like, it runs at like fucking 20 FPS most of
Did
the
you
time.
play on the
I'm
Wii
not a
U at
fan.
all, or were you on the Switch immediately?
I was
Like,
on the Switch
oh
immediately for
man.
both.
So you didn't suffer on the Wii U? That shit was ass.
I know, but Tears of the
Crazy.
Kingdom was ass on the
On the
Switch.
Switch. Yeah.
It was
It's hard to
terrible.
play that game because
I didn't have a Steam Deck, so I
Real
couldn't like
quick, did you guys know the
port it.
Thousand Year Door remake can't break 30 FPS?
Ugh,
it's
dude,
like
I'm so
locked at
done with
30.
Nintendo.
Yeah. And it's got like
Strange.
crazy frame drops.
Oh,
Drops.
Yeah, for
Thousand Year
the
Door,
game with timed hit mechanics has crazy frame
a
drops.
turn-based mechanic,
Nice.
Yeah.
turn-based game.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's
That's so
unfortunate.
trash. That's so trash. But no, I was gonna say Tears of the Kingdom, I ended up playing just as much as I did Breath of the Wild, even though it was easy as shit. Like I like a challenge in games for sure. Now I'm at that point where I just like I want a challenge. But that one,
Yeah, he's
I had
Sekiro
to
coded, you know.
I had to explore every fucking nook and cranny, and I like autistically could not finish the game unless I
Unless you knew that you saw
unless you
everything.
got the little green tracker everywhere. Like
Ah,
my whole map had to be filled. And I
epic.
mean that game was all right. It had its flaws.
Tears of the Kingdom?
It was fine.
Yeah. I was really hoping for Majora's Mask, but it was just
Me too.
Zelda expansion pass.
I just kind of want to go back to
They gave you
Link.
Legos, you know?
Yeah.
Just like play with the Legos right now. It's like,
I don't
yeah,
like
The building was
Minecraft.
fun. I did like the building. The building was hella fun.
yeah.
But
I think, yeah, for a certain type of player that really like tickle them. See, I didn't even like the fucking building in Tears of the Kingdom. You know, like this is time consuming and not fun. I'd rather just do regular Zelda shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Want to go around in a dungeon and kill stuff.
yeah. I mean, or even just Breath of the Wild again. That frankly worked for me.
So
But
Sam, I had maybe heard, yeah, I would have been fine with like a new world of Breath of the Wild, but
yeah, right.
anyways, or just new abilities or something. It was also the building took out so much. I mean, this has been beaten with a dead horse. We don't have to talk about this much longer, but the the building took out a lot of like the fun stuff that could be in the dungeon because once you knew how to make your little hovercraft or whatever, like every
Mm.
dungeon could just be blitzed
I feel
with
like
your
yeah,
hovercraft.
bespoke design kind of went out
Yeah,
in favor of
Right.
an open-ended, you can solve this in many ways approach.
which that is the
But here's the
biggest
best
problem I have
way.
with it.
Yeah, because I think Zelda's all about the bespoke experience that they put you through. Yeah.
Yeah, but
What were you gonna say,
anyways,
Nick?
Yes. Games should be linear and rigid again.
It depends.
they shouldn't be Final Fantasy 13, I don't think, but
Mhm.
Well, let's not, get too
but
crazy.
10, but 10,
10. Hey.
Yeah, 10 is, looking back,
10's
essentially
a
one
solid.
really wide, long corridor.
Now you get to
But
that,
Really wide corridor.
town. There's like some circular areas in that game.
yeah, the
Yeah.
calm lands is a
I mean,
nice
just going back and on the
flat.
airship, you can't actually fly around. It's just like a menu of selections. That's
Hey,
what
but
kind
at
of,
least so that's what 10 had that 13 didn't. At least you could go back.
yeah.
13 you couldn't go back.
Couldn't
Except for the
revisit
Listen, I'm not
areas.
tunnels or
defending
whatever.
13. I'm just saying 10
Oh,
was
okay.
10 was
All
the
right.
start. And I like 10.
You did defend
I think
13
we all
when it
like
came
10.
out.
Yeah, because I didn't want to believe that it was such a piece of shit.
I know, me too.
It was such a
You
huge
liked.
disappointment.
I couldn't
10-2?
handle the no,
No,
13.
Oh,
13.
13.
I couldn't handle the voice acting. I couldn't handle Snow and them. I
I
was like,
played
this is
all the
awful.
way
Was
to
it Troy
Pulse.
Baker as what's his
It
ass?
was,
Yeah,
which was
and
shocking.
Snow.
It was like his worst performance I've ever heard. It was so cheesy. It wasn't his fault. It was the writing. The
Yeah.
writing was atrocious
Yeah.
for a
Have
Final
you
Fantasy game.
have you played the remake of 7 at all, Jake?
I haven't. I'm just again patient. Oh, well, I don't have a PS5. That was actually one of my topics
Mm,
potentially is I had never got a PS5. I didn't have I had a 4 for like years. I just had borrowed my homies because we had lived together for a long time and he wasn't using it. But 5, I never got a 5. I've been
mhm.
debating on it because I want to play them and I want to play like the God of Wars. I want to play all the exclusives on 5 and Final Fantasy 16. I know they'll eventually make it
Come
a
to
PC,
PC. Yeah.
but I now at this point I'm like, do I just wait for a pro?
Yeah.
I would.
Right?
Yes.
If
Okay,
Grand
I'll
Theft
just wait
Auto
for pro.
6 is coming out next year, then I would
Oh
just
yeah.
wait and get a console that could run that game well because I'm going to
God
be
damn.
so annoyed playing through that game on my PS5, and if it doesn't run at like a consistent frame rate, I'll be bummed, but I guess I should expect that.
Yeah,
I
you should
It's like
remember.
Red Dead 2 on the PS4 even like
wasn't
chugged
great.
at times.
Yeah.
You
It's
know
just like, damn, this is
what was
crazy.
really bad was playing fucking Metal Gear Solid 5 on PS3.
That sounds
That was
Playing
insane.
what?
I
they
can't
released it.
imagine.
They
Playing what on
Yeah.
released Metal Gear
PS3?
Solid 5 on
Yeah, the
PS3 as the
Phantom
Oh.
last
Pain.
game. I
Yeah.
had it because I
Oh
didn't have a
wow, I can't
PS4 or
believe that's
anything
on here.
yet. That's one of the reasons I built a PC was just to play the Phantom Pain. I was looking forward to that game for so long.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is crazy. Like Ground Zeroes, I can understand on last gen. Like you could do a single location
Yeah,
for on the Xbox 360 and PS3, but then the whole of Afghanistan and Africa,
yeah. The child
not so.
soldiers they were glitching at it. What it didn't work.
Boss, you killed the child.
I didn't know he was there.
Nice.
The pop in was bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll get a pro. I'll just wait for a pro because I'm
Mhm.
pretty
The
sure it's
rumored
like
Yeah,
PS5 Pro, yeah.
it's pretty like much confirmed at this
why
point, right?
not?
I
They
think
they,
it's
they can
confirmed,
count
so
that. They're just gonna prolong the life cycle of these consoles ad infinitum. You know.
Hmm.
I'd
I
rather
know.
a pro than a 6. Sorry, go ahead, Sam.
Oh no, no. I was just gonna say, like, I was thinking about that today, just upgrading consoles and just like maybe it's time to just invest in a nice computer,
Oh,
Yeah,
if
you know?
I have that yeah, it definitely is, Sam. It's worth it. Even if it's a laptop, dude, you can get like pretty solid laptops for even like I mean, it sounds like not a lot, but like a K will get you a pretty good one. Even like $800 gets you a
even
pretty
a
decent one
Steam
or
Deck can be a
600.
computer. Some people
Mhm.
would
Steam
say.
Deck, which you'll basically pay the
I
same
have a
for.
Steam Deck.
Yeah,
It's
me too.
okay. It can't run everything, but
Yeah,
A laptop with that for $1,000 will easily run most things in
mhm.
today's
If it could run
market.
GTA 6, give it to me.
It
That'll
won't.
be that'll be my next benchmark test, I guess, in the coming years.
Well, yeah, because you can also like choose your, you know, choose what your settings, right? Where you can't do that on
Hmm.
console. You're just kind of locked in. I
Yeah,
mean,
you're locked in.
some, but
you know,
you're pretty
you can
much
set all
locked
the
in.
graphics to lowest and laugh as they look like
Yeah,
disgusting
I'll
boxes.
do it in 760 by 1368 revolution or resolution, and yeah.
Well, and you can finance a lot of like laptops and shit now. Like that's how I got mine.
Yeah,
Like
man,
you
open a
Yeah,
credit
pull up,
card.
open
Don't
a
be a
credit line on
baby.
this shit.
you just pay like two. I use an app called Klarna. Hey, in case you want to sponsor us,
Mm,
Klarna.
Klarna.
That would be a
Yeah,
crazy
Buy
one.
that
laptops
was
Yeah.
with
nice.
Klarna.
Hey guys,
That
if
was
you are
nice,
not
Sam.
in
You're made
debt,
for that.
you should be with Klarna.
They'll be hitting you up every 2 weeks.
Yeah. I know we
Yeah.
used to like advertise gaming related shit. Get in debt with
Yeah,
us, your
get that.
friends.
Use code VD Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's us.
Use code where'd all the money go?
Right on.
Yeah, no, I would recommend PC, but
Mhm.
I'm on the opposite end now. I'm like, man, I should get it. I'm tired of moving my laptop whenever I want to like watch a torrented video. I should just get a PS4 so I can
Ooh,
plug
this
it in
guy
a
torrents.
USB.
I don't think I've
Oh,
used anything but the Steam Deck in over a year.
I know it's
Really?
your dedication to the platform
One day
is
Gabe will notice.
impressive. Yeah. He'll be like, "Hey, I was always watching your podcast."
Yeah.
Like, oh, I knew it. I knew it.
And frankly, I have some criticisms.
You're not utilizing the Steam Deck, dude. It's full potential. Really, you need to overclock the processor.
Yeah,
So Sam, I had a
places.
question for you real quick.
Yeah.
Before we get off the topic of bad games,
No.
we've been off of it for about 30 minutes. So the last the last time I played an
Mhm.
Assassin's Creed
Mm.
was Black Flag. And
Like that's
until
the last
then,
one you got really into.
that's the last one I even touched.
Oh, are you saying you
So
didn't even get that into Black Flag?
I did. No, I loved
Okay,
Black Flag.
okay.
I loved it. I didn't like 3 that much. Black
I'm
Flag
a
was
3
awesome.
apologist. I think 3 is underrated.
It's fine.
It, you
It's
know,
it's
I was
fine.
excited to be a Brownman. I was like, oh yeah, this guy's literally me.
Okay, well that's
Even though
not
he's
why I
even though he's
didn't
not.
like it. I just thought the story
Yeah,
was a bit
Jake, why didn't you
rushed.
like this game?
What was the problem with Connor? You said
Why'd you like
he didn't get
Edwin
any
so much
beans
more?
or something.
No, 3 did a lot of shit that was good, but it didn't have. I don't know. It felt like a regression a bit from 2. Um, However,
Mhm.
I will say at the end of the 2, like by Revelations, you were just so powerful. It was like you had too many tools
Yeah,
at
it's
that
a
Mhm.
point.
geriatric.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Ezio game's
Yeah,
crazy,
yeah, the Ezio games were
crazy.
great, but Revelations was just like you were just like walking through crowds, just one-shotting 50 people. Like it was so you just drop a bomb and it's like, all right, I
Yeah.
guess that's the stealth mission.
Mhm.
But Black Flag
Okay.
was so fun. I loved running
Mhm.
around. So anyways, how have you coped with playing?
With Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
Wow, I could actually speak on this pretty well because I played Unity, I played Syndicate, I
Mhm.
played
Were those the ones that were like the double games that came out? One came out for PS3 and one came out for
no,
Unity,
I
Xbox
actually
Unity
or
and Rogue,
something?
I think.
and Rogue, yeah. I
Oh,
didn't play the
okay.
Templar one. Um
Was
with
that Rogue?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That was like 3-2 essentially.
That's what I stopped. Yeah, okay.
Um yeah, Unity was um I wish that the multiplayer element from that like stayed. Like it was so cool to load into a match with 3 other people and just like see all us do our shit. Trying to play it again these days is not fun. I think it's really clunky, and people on the internet are like, this game had the smoothest parkour, it's so misunderstood. Like, have you touched it? It does not feel good. Um, and yeah, I guess how have I coped? Because I finished Syndicate, but I didn't. So out of the 3 RPG ones, all
Are
right, I did
those what?
that's Origins, uh, Spartacus, whatever, the
Oh,
Odyssey,
Odyssey
Oh,
and
yeah.
and
Valhalla.
Valhalla. I keep getting Valhalla and then God of War Ragnarok mixed up. I keep
Same thing.
it is just Norse fucking mythology.
Yeah, it's true.
Um
It's all just copying Max Payne.
yeah, the Valkyr, yeah.
Yeah.
Um I love that you're revisiting Max Payne. But like how do I cope? Because there are slivers. There are slivers of good moments in each of
Did you
those
hate
games.
Mirage? Did you say it's one of the worst games you've played in your entire life?
Okay. I did begin Mirage.
I've heard some pretty bad things about that one.
I didn't like it. I thought I would enjoy it. I thought
It
like,
was
ooh, a
supposed to be
return
like,
to urban
yeah, Return to
parkour
Form.
and all this shit. Um, not great
Yeah.
to play. The combat really did not feel good. I was like, am I just horrible at video games all of a sudden, or is this just bad? It's just not great. And even like I think Ubisoft, to their credit, they can craft really compelling worlds for me. I'm like, I just want to explore because there's usually something worthwhile, or the act of doing it is enough for me. So I think they've done pretty well in that regard. But writing has just been a constant, just downturn. I can't remember the last Ubisoft game where it's like, you know what, that was a good story.
Did they ever,
Rayman.
did they ever go back to like, you're in like real time,
Oh,
like,
like the
Oh, the
modern day
Desmond
narrative.
stuff.
yeah.
Doesn't he like
Yeah,
get
Well, Desmond's
evaporated?
dead at the end of
yeah.
3, I
At the end of
think,
three,
right?
that was
Turns into a
so
skeleton.
stupid.
I was so pissed. I was like, the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
I thought we were building up for something like modern day Assassin's Creed, which would
Yeah.
totally,
So
totally work.
so
Totally work.
long answer, short answer is like no, they never really fully capitalize on that premise. You're never doing cool modern day assassin shit, but there is a modern day plot. And at the end of the Viking one, at the end of Ragnarok, it kind of ties in Desmond again. He's like, I actually uploaded my conscious digitally when I got evaporated.
Nice.
So now I'm here in the fucking time stream. Um, it was very. I was like, oh, Assassin's Creed 3 reference.
Fuck, dude. I loved how cryptic like 1 and 2 were in the
Oh
desert
my
shit.
god.
You'd see all kinds of like hieroglyphs on the walls and shit. You'd be having
No,
visions and stuff.
Assassin's Creed is a
So cool.
franchise that actively harms itself by explaining more. Just like Alien,
Yeah,
just like
dude.
so many fucking
The
properties. Like,
Matrix.
shut the fuck up.
That's
Shut the fuck up. Yeah.
that's so good. That's
Just
so
let the
true.
mystique remain, or
Yeah.
like
Star
Yeah, let
don't.
me
Wars.
wonder.
Yeah. Because usually the answers you create are fucking garbage.
Especially Ubisoft.
And
Piss poor
Ubisoft is
garbage.
really bad. As someone who
Really
like
bad.
I was just talking about how I'm playing their fucking game. Their writing is so condescending and horrible. It's like someone has beef with you and then you do one mission and they're like, you're my best friend. I fucking hate this
Hey,
shit.
that's the same as GTA 4, isn't it?
Nothing is
Dwayne and
earned.
Playboy X.
No way, dude. You got to take Dwayne to the strip club like 4 times before he's like, you know what, Nico? I do hate my life, but you're pretty cool. You know? Like, I fucking love the social aspect of 4. It was gutted in 5. You can't do shit with your friends in 5.
I'll be honest, I didn't love 5. I know it's a hot take. I just didn't love.
No, it's fine. I think
The endings were disappointing
mm,
because it was very
mhm.
obvious, like no one's actually going to kill one of the main characters, so let's just not even try with these optional endings.
Yeah, it's like a non-choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you'd have to be like a piece of shit to
Yes.
choose
Especially
any
when it's
other
like
ending.
you can get the amount of money you would make in 2 seconds by permanently killing one of the player characters. The
Mhm.
trade-off is not good.
The trade-off is not good. I do appreciate that the remaining player character that's alive will like spurn Franklin. Like, I don't want to hang out with you anymore. Depending on what choice you
Yeah.
make. But no, I think the GTA 5 criticism and discourse is understandable. I think there's a lot to that game that just like isn't explained that I feel like a lot of people miss. There's like a lot of hidden conversations and things that I feel like it adds a lot to the heart of the game that I really like.
What,
But
Bigfoot?
It wasn't that deep to me. Like, I don't know, not even not that deep. It's just like it
no,
didn't.
it's very like kind of like popcorn superficial vibes to everything, especially replaying through 4 where I'm like, this is dark
Right.
and it has that edge. Like they're
Yeah.
unapologetically like racist and homophobic in these games. These
For sure.
criminals
No,
where
it
it's like
has
it's not
has it
just not
would
being
be.
played up as a comedy like
Yeah.
5 is.
Like the
Right.
opposite of,
5
or
felt very
Saints Row, the
superficial.
new one, is a great example of like,
Mm.
well, yes, you're criminals, but you need to be good people so that people know that you're the protagonist.
The Saints Row reboot is insane.
I
As a
saw,
lover of open world games, guess who picked that one up and dropped it
oh,
after a couple days? It's like, yeah, we gotta pay
Yeah,
back our
dude.
student loans by fucking robbing a bank.
yeah.
It's like I hate you guys. Actually,
I saw there was one mission where it's like you're holding up some guy's jewelry store and the character's like, oh, the things we do for rent. And it's like, shut up, shut the fuck up.
aren't they so relatable? Aren't they so relatable?
Yeah, this
Also, you
is
poor
not the
millennials.
Saints.
Where's Johnny Gat?
Yeah, where's
Not
Johnny
even
Gad?
nary,
Where's
nary a
Fire
Gat in
Lord
sight.
Ozai?
Yeah. Where is he? I wanted to like that Saints Row. I wanted it to do well because I always want more Saints Row, but I don't think my wish will be granted here.
You know what I'd be down for a reboot of? That probably wouldn't be very good at all. Crackdown.
Are you kidding
I'd be
me?
fine with that,
I would
actually.
love
Love a
that.
reboot of Crackdown.
But it's owned by Microsoft, so
Yeah.
bad chance.
Did I
Microsoft
did
Yeah.
hates
did either of you
games.
play Crackdown 3?
No.
Oh my
No, I
god.
stopped it too.
Abysmal.
That's what I heard. That's
So
why I didn't touch it.
disappointing. I loved that first game, man. I was like, oh man, this
Oh, the
feels
first one was
just so
awesome.
fun. All the presentation and progression is so cool.
The
And
second one
then
was like a DLC, right? It
or
almost
yeah,
felt
it's
like
just
it was
like
fine.
there are zombies in the city now,
Yeah.
It was
kind of
fine.
thing, which
But
is just
three
the
was
trend at the
trash.
time. And then yeah, 3 is like, look, we have Terry Crews. It's like I don't give a fuck.
The Old Spice ad was 5 years ago, man. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, and it didn't even have all the environmental destruction they were touting at like early
Right.
demos. It was a mess.
Was it? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Ugh.
But a reboot by a competent developer, I'd love to see.
As
You
long
know.
as Microsoft
rad.
holds that IP, it is never seen the light of day as
Yeah, it's
anything
Yeah.
outside of a
like
mobile game at
Maybe
best.
maybe we could hope for like another RoboCop or maybe like a Judge Dredd game where you're
Yeah.
like, super cop.
Maybe we can hope that Microsoft is set ablaze and is
Mhm.
completely destroyed, and all of the things it has access to and holds onto becomes open source or something
Uh,
Mhm.
someday.
yeah. I mean, yeah, no, what their direction lately has been
Yeah. In
questionable at
in gaming
best.
news, Microsoft has been fucking it up.
Worse than Ubisoft, pretty much, or Ubisoft, whatever.
Which is crazy.
Which is that is hard to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Well,
impressive.
Yeah.
getting signed
Nothing
to these
else.
companies, the kiss of death. It's like, wow, well, look at this promising, small studio. We should buy them up and then instantly kill them.
Mhm.
That the
And it's like we're
one.
not monopolizing the market. We're not doing that. We're not
Yeah.
trying to
I
like
know, right?
manipulate the market.
No,
Like fuck you.
we're gonna put it on all platforms. It's
Yeah.
all good.
So dumb.
We're just gonna get all the profit.
Um, yeah. Yeah, thinking about Ubisoft, I was describing something about Ubisoft to my fiance the other day. And
Like,
she's
no,
like,
you
if
see, it looks
Ubisoft
like a swirl. The logo, it's like a purple
like
swirl.
if Ubisoft was a person, they would be the most like toxic significant other where they're like, I
Ubisoft is
do just
Drake.
enough where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I see potential here. There could be another chance here. And then they just like completely ruin it. But then they come back and like, look, I've changed and it could be good. It's like, oh, okay, I'll
Yeah,
give
the
you a
most
chance. But
fucking
then they turn around and slap you in the face.
most toxic
The same
relationships.
shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude. The new. Have you seen the new
And
pricing?
I have Stockholm syndrome.
Have you seen the new Assassin's Creed pricings?
Oh, for like the $130 collector's
Hundred
edition or
There's
some
like
thirty
shit.
dollars.
Nick, if you haven't seen this shit, I'm gonna go
No.
look it up. Hold on. Let me go look
Yeah.
it up.
I mean, not that like different edition premium pricing hasn't been a thing, but it is a
No,
little
no, this is
Look
absurd
for
with
crazy.
Ubisoft.
Assassin's Creed. What do you even
Let
Yeah.
me
get?
let me look
Yeah, in
this
other
shit up right
gaming
now.
news, a new Assassin's Creed has been announced, viewers and listeners.
I
What's
thought
it called?
Mirage.
What's
Did it
this new one?
sell?
Shadows? Right? Is it Assassin's Creed
Oh,
Shadows?
the
I think so.
ninja, right?
The
Your
Ninja
ninja,
Yeah,
and
your
yeah, yeah,
Yasuke.
Yasuke.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah. Let's
I
see.
saw Sephiroth Sama real upset about Yasuke and I
Oh, Sephiroth's sword.
yeah. He
That
was
guy's awesome.
yeah,
I love him.
offering his take.
Yeah,
Okay.
these Baka Gaijin don't realize that
Yeah.
to be a true samurai, you have to be Japanese.
Yeah.
Okay. So you, it comes out. Oh my God, this is so crazy. I wish I could get the like full thing, but basically
No
it
worry, we'll
comes
throw it
out
up on the
on.
screen.
Yeah, hold up. Here it is. Here it is. Let me pull this shit up. Screen share.
Oh shit.
Should I screen share? Let's screen
If it
share.
works, it always
Yeah,
fucks
if it
up.
works.
It's disabled.
Just don't bother.
All right, well, whatever. Here you go. Here, let me tell you. So you get the standard edition
Mm.
base game, $70,
$70.
typical.
That's the
Right.
new AAA pricing. But
I don't know when it releases, but oh yeah, okay. Play up to 3 days early with
yeah, they do
Ubisoft
that.
Plus
They do that shit.
Premium, or the Gold or Ultimate Edition. So you have to pre-order it to play it on the day it releases. In other words, like you don't get to play it for 3 days after it's
Yeah, I
pretty
know.
much out for most. The next edition up is not like $80. It's
$100?
$110
Oh, 110.
for the Gold Edition. This comes with the base game, the pre-order bonus, the season pass for a solo campaign game.
Hey
There's a
man, they're gonna
season
have those
pass
story DLCs.
and the 3 days early access.
3 days early
That
access
is
can
the gold.
kiss
Now
my fucking ass.
there's the Ultimate Edition. which is $130.
And you become a retainer of Lord Oda Nobunaga.
That gets
They get you to commit seppuku.
everything I just said, with the addition of the Ultimate Pack, which includes the Sekiro character pack, including gear and weapon sets for, the characters.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, you get some cosmetics for an extra $20 on top of the gold edition. You also get
For
5
double the
skill
price.
points.
Oh my
So
god.
you start on easy mode, I guess, for an extra $20. And you get the red dragon filter in photo mode.
Oh, a photo mode filter.
You
Thank
know,
God.
100 for the cheap brand,
I
130.
think
So it's only
130.
almost double the cost, which,
I think you can get Yakuza 0 through 6 for about $20 right now. I think you can get all 7 games for about $20, and just one of those is probably going to be 3 times the runtime of Assassin's Creed Shadows.
didn't Yakuza have
Excuse
some
me.
weird pricing though in their most
The
recent
new
game?
one did, yeah, and I did pay for that, and I still haven't played that DLC, but I will eventually,
Okay.
someday. But Yakuza's
I'll play through
special.
all of them one day.
Yakuza's different. They're
Have
allowed.
you not
They
played through
are. They
any
are.
of them, Jake? Have you?
No. It's a series that I'm going to inevitably one day
Oh my
jump
God.
into and play
You'll
literally
have
Yeah.
to
all.
set
So here's
aside
the thing,
about
Sam.
120 hours for each.
Yeah, exactly. I am borderline on the spectrum when it comes to like
You
how
got
I
some
approach
kind of
video
syndrome
games.
when you start
Yeah.
playing video
I
games.
cannot like
I feel you.
I go back to I'll play a 90s game if it means like I could get the full story of something. A synopsis on Wikipedia or some video essay is not really gonna do it for me. Like I want to experience it because I want to
I
How
have
it's
love
that,
supposed
that.
to be.
you
Yeah.
know. So I
Nothing to be ashamed of.
when I inevitably get a little more time, maybe I get a job that has a little more free time or something, then when I'm maybe a little higher up, I'm just going to basically blitz through all of Yakuza's.
Or you should
I'll have to
just
like
get a
figure out how
Steam
to do
Deck
them.
and then get
I
all
think
of them
that's the
on
biggest thing.
there. You just play it a little bit before bed.
That's
Yeah.
really, I think,
And
what
like,
I'll probably just
oh,
get a
that was a great chapter. This Kiryu Kazuma is kind of a cool guy.
You need to be able to devote at least 8 hours a day to Yakuza.
I'm also a completionist. Like I
It's
want to
a
do all the side
lifestyle.
quests and stuff.
Yeah.
So like it, but I'm gonna have to get over that, I think, to
I
play
think
through all
so.
of them.
I played through within the last 2 years. I played through all of them. Right. I mean I started with
Oh, you
Zero
did?
in 2017. Right. It was like
Okay.
my jumping in, kind of beyond like playing a little bit at Nick's house
Yeah.
as a teen.
We've all done that. And
Yes.
Yeah, and so as
I play, you
Um,
watch.
cry,
Everyone loves
play,
it.
doing karaoke, watch him actually start crying because he
Yeah.
couldn't get his liquor.
um,
It's a tragic
yeah,
song.
so you certainly can spend lots and lots of hours in those games. But the nice thing about the main scenarios, the main narratives, they're only ever like 20 to 25 hours.
Okay.
Like if you dedicate you're like, okay, I'm done with side stuff for now.
Yeah.
And you just
Yeah.
put your
Which
nose to
most
the
is.
grindstone. You can get through those stories fairly quickly. And it doesn't take away from the experience not doing the side content. I feel like what'll happen probably is like the one you like the most, you'll probably spend the most time in doing the most side content there.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
And when you get a taste for like the side content in one game, a lot of it is shared. Some of them are unique, where it's like, oh, I want to play ping pong, and that's only in Yakuza 4
And Dead
sort of thing.
Souls.
And Dead Souls, there you go.
Yeah.
So are they
Right.
easily accessible?
Yeah, they're all on modern
Oh,
hardware.
Every
Everything
single
got
game
remastered.
except for Dead Souls is accessible now
What
on
is Dead
Steam.
Souls?
That is the 4 spin-off where the city is overrun by zombies. It's a
Yeah, you want to talk
third-person
about
shooter.
zombie spin-off? Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic. All right, that one I could maybe watch.
No, you have to
Yeah,
play it.
it's
Is it canon? Like,
no.
They
okay,
reference
that's
it in the new
what-
game.
I know the
Briefly.
story is like actually cohesive, so I want to go through it all.
Mhm.
Like, I
I
want to
mean, yeah.
actually follow it. I mean,
Yeah.
it follows a general narrative, but
Yeah.
like, I'm
Sonic's
sure
there sometimes.
Yeah, it certainly
Great.
feels like they didn't have everything planned out from the get-go at times.
The
You're like,
first
they're
game is
flying by the
definitely
seat
a
of these pants.
standalone.
You know?
But I'm sure it's not as bad as like the Need for Speed, or not Need for
No,
Speed.
yeah, no,
Fast and
these
Furious.
these games, the narrative beats are always pretty solid, and the characters are very endearing and compelling.
Okay.
Yeah, when people say they're making a cinematic experience in the West, and it's like some shit where it's like, oh, the camera lingers on them while they don't say anything, and they kind of turn away. Boring. Yakuza's got a real cinematic experience. It's got the kind of cinematic experience that's gonna make you fucking shit yourself.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, Nick and thank you, Nick. I'm
He
sure
It's like a
hates the
John
West.
Woo
This guy
film.
hates
he hates it
America.
so bad. He's
Well, they're so bad at
He's,
making
he's a
games for the most part.
Japanese
he's such
nationalist.
a
Yeah.
weeb.
I'm serious,
Totally
man. Like
weeb.
so many like AAA games
Otaku.
made in America, they're just not anywhere near as good. It's just a fact. You really would rather
That's
play God of War
not
Ragnarok, have
true.
Kratos crying to his fucking oatmeal for an hour while a fairy tells you how to solve the puzzle.
Hey, that's not what
Wars
happens.
yeah, the God Wars are. I can't speak for the newest ones, so but
I
I've
really
heard
like
nothing but good things.
2018. I started Ragnarok. I was intrigued, but then there's too many fucking games coming out, you know?
Yeah, that's just it, dude. The backlog's
I was
too
like,
big.
oh, well, I can play God of War, I can play Elden Ring. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna play Elden Ring, and then
I'm gonna play Elden Ring, yeah, all
yeah.
day. Yeah. Although
Yeah,
that was good. I'm not gonna say it wasn't good. Elden Ring was great. That was
That
great.
was that was really the first Souls like that I really got into. Like I played,
Really?
Dark Souls 1 and 2, and I
Oh,
played a
okay.
bit of Bloodborne, but I think because I love open worlds and I love that sense of discovery, it really
right.
clicked for me.
Good level design. You're like, it hurts. Get it away from me.
I got bored
No,
of the
no.
repeated bosses. That's the one thing I was gonna say.
Yeah, like all those like the
Yeah.
fucking stone dogs that were hopping around and shit. I was over.
While I really appreciate that the caves and dungeons were unique, each one was unique. The
Yeah.
bosses weren't, and
That
that's
was a little
kind of what
something for
I'm
the Dark
playing a
Souls
Souls
2
game
fans,
for.
the repeating bosses.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What was your
Yeah.
build in Elden
Oh,
Ring,
full
Jake?
strength.
Oh my
Idiots.
god, I
Full
think
Straight
all of
power.
us, I think all
all
three of
great
us did the
swords.
Smash.
I
same shit.
used Radons pretty
Yep.
much most of the game. So I had strength and magic, but
Nice.
pretty much all strength. And I would switch between Radons and just the standard humongous guts greatsword. But
Yeah, the
It's
Guts
funnier that
Greatsword
way.
was a good one. I got the Moonlight Blade or whatever the variant is in Elden Ring. That the one that's in every FromSoft game.
Yeah, Moonlight Greatsword.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
So I ended up using that at the end. Um, God, I loved just the what would you call that?
when I went
Like all
dragon
the
too.
gear and the itemification
The
and everything.
fashion.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
factions. Yeah, I went the dragon one too. Like I would use faith. Oh, Radon's was faith and sword. No, sorcery and swords too. Right? Or was it faith? I can't. Whatever. I can't remember. I did have the
Sure.
dragon breath as
Pretty
well
much
though.
That
everything
was that
is
was
it's
cool too.
either
Yeah, my
strength
guy
and
had
faith
dragon
or
eyes at the end.
magic and dexterity or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no dex.
Whatever.
Zero
Strength is the most
dex.
important thing. Any game, zero intelligence, max strength is
Yeah,
always the way to go.
Hmm.
yeah. I think I just did enough to use Radon's because that ability active was so fun. Just pulling
Was it
people
like
in.
yeah,
Yeah, sucking people in and you just fucking
yeah,
smash. Dude, it
It's
was
classic.
so
funny.
fun. It was so nice to clear trash mobs. And then I would use the great sword for like boss fights because Radon's sword just didn't cut it.
That's why I did
Yeah.
the what was it, the pottery now. Just you know, I have to PvP 3 people consecutively to
I
get
never
that
went back.
accessory.
I never went back to when they came out with the arena.
I didn't even know that
Hmm.
actually came out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it had
That's what
like
you're
it had
talking
a
about.
real trailer, a really strange trailer
No.
for
I
Yeah.
it.
beat
It's
the
kind of
game and
funny.
then I never touched it again.
Same.
Yeah.
I tried to do a second run, but you were so like different from the first ones that I think scaled pretty decently. You were just way too powerful.
Overpowered.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what people are
way
telling
too
me. Like, yeah,
powerful.
I finished my second run of Elden Ring like in a third of
Yeah.
the time. It's like, well,
Yeah, you could
how?
just blitz it.
Yeah.
Turns out when you have end game gear and magic, it's pretty easy.
I also like followed a map, so I got everything. So I was like level fucking 100 and like
Right. The mystique is
50.
gone, sadly.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not. I have a really
Yeah.
hard time. Okay, on a I've been trying more to just like go through a game and not look shit up, like
Yeah,
maps and
man.
stuff. I've been really trying, but when I know a game's gonna take me 150 hours, like, and I'm probably not gonna play it twice unless it's The Witcher 3. Like,
Nice.
I'm not gonna fucking look, or I mean, I'm gonna look shit up. I
Yeah.
don't want to
Well,
miss anything.
I think in that point. It's more of like I'm respecting my time,
Exactly.
right? I'm making the most of
Exactly.
my time.
I'm gonna
Is
experience
that the
this
healthiest
whole
way to
game.
enjoy a video game? That's
No,
another question. But
I don't think it
you
is.
know,
It definitely takes so
No.
much mystique and
You
discovery out
should
of it.
100% complete everything without looking anything up. That is the smartest and best way to do everything.
You should or
You
should not.
should.
if you had the
You should.
privilege
Should.
of that time, yeah, certainly.
Yeah,
You should
and
play Final Fantasy
unfortunately,
VIII, and you should be able to find the crashed helicopter without looking up a single
yeah.
guide.
No, you should be able to do the Junon quests and know
Yeah,
exactly when you need to
and
go
you
back
should
and do
love
that
it.
RTS minigame. I did that recently with Ivy. We played through 7 and I
Fort
wanted to 100%
Condor.
it. So yeah. That's what I
Fort
meant.
I hate Fort
Condor.
Condor.
Dude, so there were
They
so many
brought
times
that
I
back in the
almost messed
remake.
Really?
up. Did they?
In Yuffie's expansion chapter, they have a
Oh,
reimagined
Like a
Fort
full
Condor mini game.
RTS?
Yeah, but it
I
Nice.
still
like
has the
RT.
chunky art style.
No way.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, that I can
they've done
dig.
some
I
cool
could get
shit.
into that.
Could check it
And
out.
I will check that out. I mean, I'm gonna play through. I've heard a lot of people. I just saw a post today. Saw a lot of people saying that like the newer 7, part 2 or whatever,
uh-huh.
Rebirth or whatever it is. A lot of
I
people
think it
say
is
like
Rebirth.
they can't get through it.
I can't get through it, dude.
Really?
I
What's
really enjoyed that first part too, right? I mean, I've been over this with Nick, but like with the first part of the remake, everything was new and exciting and like, oh, reference, like
right?
this is fun, without really realizing that like I think I think the pacing was kind of harmed by stretching 4 hours into 40,
Yes.
you know,
Mm,
where it's like, now that we're in the open world zones, it's I don't know. At the beginning of that game, it's just kind of tough to get into. Kind of like Kingdom Hearts 3. The beginning of that game is like really like stop and start, like what the
Okay.
fuck is happening right
I
now?
couldn't
And
beat.
then
I didn't
Like,
finish 3. Yeah, I
and then
couldn't.
the for me, the tone of the writing wasn't landing.
Really? That's a bummer.
Yeah, which is a bummer because I have very fond memories of Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Uh, but I don't know. One of my least favorite parts of the remake is how much they're pushing like the player romances. They're like, oh, don't you want to max out your relation rank with Tifa so you can share a kiss at the gold saucer? And it's very written in a way that feels like
very
it's
like
meant to
Persona
tug.
fan.
Contrived.
It's trying to tug at the player. Yeah. I'm like, I don't care about this shit. I mean, but like gameplay wise, it's just as solid as the first one. Probably more. They've expanded on a lot of the mechanics, which is cool. I think Final Fantasy 16's combat is probably I prefer that over 7
7.
remake.
Well, another
I
Yeah.
can't
game.
wait to
Only
play
4
that.
people have played.
Yeah.
I know. I
Yeah.
can't wait to
All
play
4
16.
PlayStation 5 owners.
That one was cool. But I don't think, well, I still need to finish the story, granted. But I feel like that one's going to be more remembered for what
I
they did with
think
gameplay
that
over story.
I'm definitely more looking forward to Dragon Quest 12 personally
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whenever that
than I
comes out.
was for Final Fantasy 16.
11S was my first Dragon Quest
Oh,
adventure,
And
nice.
you loved every second of
Echoes
it.
of an elusive
I
age.
loved everything except the music. The music was fucking terrible.
The music in
Yeah.
those games is
It's horrible.
pretty corny.
It's terrible.
No, it's
It's
very
like
It's
good.
not
But
only
11
corny.
probably has the worst.
It's not only corny. It's bombastic when it doesn't need to be. It's fucking in your face.
Fanfares, yeah.
It's constant repeating
That's
like 15-second tracks. I could not fucking take that overworld theme again. Like when the whole shit happens and the music changes finally, I was like, oh my fucking god, thank you. Thank you for changing that horrible overworld thing.
that's an
This game
11
is
problem.
so good.
Yeah.
Why do you make
Uh,
me listen to these
it's
terrible
crazy too,
tracks?
because 3, 4, 5,
Mm-hmm.
7 all have great music. And then 11, I don't know, I guess the guy is his last hurrah. He's just like, what if I just make the laziest
If I
fucking
just shit it out.
OST and then I
Dude,
Yeah.
die instantly?
fucking like bad AI music. Like it was
Well, I mean, the
horrible.
composer's long dead. He
Thank
Oh.
he
God.
died from being
Good
too
riddance.
racist.
Oh,
Good
well,
riddance.
Yeah,
I didn't know that, but now that's why I said good riddance, not because his music sucks. Look,
Good.
okay, I
You're
was coming.
untalented and you're a racist.
I was coming into it thinking like, oh, this is one of the most renowned JRPG series like franchises in the world to ever exist ever. Though
Hmm.
basically the JRPG franchise to rival Final Fantasy. Like the only other one essentially that rivals Final Fantasy at the like level that it
Yeah,
does, right?
even bigger in Japan.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about Final Fantasy, bar none, is was Nobuo Uematsu's like tracks. Like the
Yeah.
music in Final Fantasies does so much to build that world. Even when you're looking at old graphics, even Ivy, who had never played one, well, she watched me play 10 and then we played 7 together. Like she was like, I don't mind these old graphics because she doesn't really, she's had a hard time playing like games with old nasty graphics. And let's be real, the
This
blocking
looks like
characters and
shit.
shit
She
look
sees Mario on the
bad in
NES, she's like
7.
screaming, tearing her skin off.
She just she doesn't get into it, but like, the music alone was enough to like pull her into the world and forget she was looking at like what looks like a Roblox character on an
Hmm.
N64,
Yeah.
and
No,
like
Cloud is cool.
I was going into,
Expecting
Dragon Quest,
that
expecting
pedigree.
like, oh shit, let's see who could rival Nobu Uematsu.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, listen,
no
when the guy
Yoko
wasn't in his
Shimomura.
death throes, when the guy wasn't like letting out a constant death rattle, he was a great composer,
Mm,
outside of all of his extracurricular
yeah.
opinions and activities.
Mm. Well, good riddance, and
Yeah.
hopefully
I
they
feel
get
like
someone better.
well, no, it's I'm sure there are other JRPGs with solid soundtracks, but like the only
Yeah,
notable ones that
anything
are
Yoko
popping into my
does.
mind right now are like the Tales of or the East games, but they're like
I've
really
heard
East is
Tales are
J-rock,
amazing.
good.
like
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
heard
East is
Tales are
amazing.
good.
Yeah.
I haven't played
High
the East games,
energy.
but I've heard they're beautiful soundtracks.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Xenoblades have incredible
Oh
soundtracks. Like
yeah,
some of the
yeah.
most Yoko Shimomura is amazing, and in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, on par with Nobuo Uematsu in
Yeah,
terms of her melodies. And
yeah.
there's one other guy that composed for them. I forget his name, but he did theirs, and he's done some work on he did some work on 16. He's really good with battle themes.
Mm,
Um, and he
Was he
did
the
some work
Final
on
Fantasy
12.
14 guy?
I
Mm,
believe that.
That's the
Yeah.
director. He's the one who did 12 and
No, but
14
isn't he
Mm.
and
also
16.
the composer or
I
no?
don't know. I think he works with the same composer. I think we are talking about the same guy though, because he's done a lot for 14 as
Yeah.
well.
Near Automata and
Oh
Near
yeah.
Replicant also had really good soundtracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? So did the Shin Megami Tensei and like that whole
Okay,
franchise.
Japan. I guess other
Hey,
franchises can do it.
okay,
You're right.
now
You're right. You're
That
right.
name
guy
your
does some
favorite
good
track from The
music.
Last of Us, guys. Name your favorite track from God of War.
Those games
And
are gameplay oriented.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
like the
So it's
soundtrack of The
good.
Last of Us though.
What do you
That
like about
moody
it?
guitar.
What
Oh
guitar?
yeah, the
When
Moody
the
guitar
one
is
that Joel plays
fantastic.
for 2 seconds before he gets his skull caved
No,
in?
there's
No,
there's a
this the
score.
main
And
theme. The main
actually like the
theme.
ambience in The Last of Us can be super unsettling when you're
It's
like in those
wonderful.
tense situations in the second game.
No,
So
it's a
Really
good.
good
cool
The
stuff.
song.
sound design
You
is
guys should look
fantastic in that
up the
game.
track "My Heaven" from Silent Hill 1. One of
Yes,
my
yes. Oh,
favorite
yes.
horror
You
game
have
Okay,
you
I've
tracks.
never
made us
heard
listen
that
to this
track
shit.
before, ever. I've never heard it. I'll have to go check that out later.
You'll
Is
love
the
it.
dentist drill? Yeah.
I've listened to it so much, I now just unironically like the sound of drills.
Oh
Mhm.
my God. Yeah, no, so back to AAA games in America. Naughty Dog is a good studio.
Mm.
Maybe at one point.
Insomniac is a
Yeah.
fantastic studio.
I didn't like Spider-Man 2. I'll be
I didn't
real.
play those. I'm talking about Ratchet and Clank.
Man.
Ratchet and Clank is dead. They only
Oh.
make Spider-Man. They only make Marvel slop now.
I know. Next up is the Wolverine game, and I am afraid for that one because I love Wolverine. It's like, don't do this to me. Don't ruin him.
Wasn't Spider-Man 1 really good though?
Spider-Man
What
1
did it
was really
say?
good.
All right,
2018
so there
was
you
like
go. So there you go.
was good, and I cried at the end. And then I played Spider-Man Miles Morales and was like, this is okay. I'm getting a little emotional at the end here. And then I played Spider-Man 2. I was like, I fucking hate all of this.
Was
I
this
don't know what
all
happened.
Insomniac? All of it was
All of
Insomniac?
it's on
Yeah.
Insomniac, yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
what was the deal
Sly
with two?
Cooper
It didn't get good
developers
reception.
dead, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, I do like Sly Cooper. Yeah.
Sucker Punch or no? Is it?
They were
No.
Sucker Punch,
Yeah,
yeah.
Sucker
And
Punch.
they moved on to Infamous after Sly Cooper.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Infamouses were fucking
Infamous is done for, as far as
Yeah,
I
I would
know.
like a new Infamous.
I didn't play
You
Second
know,
Son,
I
but
didn't either.
Second Son was too short, and very shallow.
that's what I heard. Well, you had to like jump between multiple characters, right?
No, you were just one guy. You were
Oh,
just Troy Baker. I think that was like part of the beginning of my fatigue with fucking Troy Baker. It's like, didn't I just play The Last of Us? Now I'm playing fucking
right.
Infamous Second Son, and then he's in Saints Row, the
Then he got
third
too
and the
good for
fourth, and
anime.
like, oh yeah. This guy's everywhere.
He was good in anime. He was good in Darker Than Black,
Yeah,
but
come
then
on,
he would get
Kanji. Yeah. Now
too
he's a
He's too
established actor.
good.
He's a grifter. He was trying to sell NFTs a while back. I
Really?
remember. Yeah, he was coming under fire on Twitter, and then he's like, you know what? I'm just a storyteller, y'all. I'm just trying to
Shut up.
I'm just trying to do my thing.
Reading words off a script, please.
Yeah.
Didn't something like that happen with another voice? The guy who did Edward Elric. What's that guy?
Oh, Vic
Begonia?
Begonia.
Vic,
Well, he
yeah.
had allegation like sexual
Stretching
harassment.
back like 2 decades or
Oh,
something.
Yeah.
okay.
But then
And
it's
Fucking
and
like
there's
some of them
still
are like
people.
really crazy, like kissing people unprompted or without consent. And some of them are like, yeah, I showed him this gay pornography of Edward Elric and Roy Mustang, and he didn't like it, so we should kill him. So it's like
Yeah.
very, very
okay.
wide extremes,
Very
from the
stuck.
anime
Yeah.
community that
Yeah.
are
I trust the people from the
Classic.
industry that,
right.
the
Everyone who
victims
worked
in
with
the
him
industry. Yeah.
apparently hates him.
Yeah.
Oh, then fuck that. Well, he seemed very full of himself. He has all
Like
like the One Piece theme songs. I realized
uh,
I'll go. Ivy wanted to like rewatch it again. I was like, all right, fine. So we're watching One
like
Piece, and we're listening to a lot of the theme songs were in English because the first time we watched it mostly Japanese. I mean, I've watched it in both multiple times,
Are
but
you caught up currently in One Piece?
yes, I am.
yeah,
That's
can you
sick.
believe
Hell
Blackbeard
yeah.
went to Wano and
It's
he
crazy shit. Are
saw
you? Are you
Arlong and
Sam?
then
Me, I keep up tangentially. My brother-in-law reads it. He's caught up. I'll occasionally see like where the latest shit in the anime is. So like,
I
Gear
don't
5
watch.
Luffy,
Yeah, I don't
you
watch the
know.
anime like week to week. I wait till an arc's done. I wait till
Yeah,
one pace is. I can't do the pacing, so I just wait till one
they're
pace is finished, and
what
then I download it all.
Vegapunk? That's where they're at right now, or
Yeah, so
whatever.
I
Yeah.
read it. I read it week to week, but
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's fucking. This is also a hype week. I know we talked about JJK prior to jumping on here, but which we won't. I mean, any minute now they're gonna drop, so that's hype. But
Nice.
One Piece is also kind of popping off right now with its lore. Like it's getting at a pretty peak spot at the moment. And I think I don't really follow My Hero anymore. That's a
Hmm.
lie. I do. I begrudgingly do because
Are you holding out hope that it'll?
no, I'm just like I've read 300 chapters of it. I'm not gonna just
Oh,
like
you're reading
drop
it
it. Yeah, I
300
read.
chapters. Doesn't
I
it
don't
seem
really want.
so
I
little
don't watch it.
now, comparatively, in a way?
Compared to the thousands when you're like
Yeah.
deep in it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Like
it
Hajime no Ippo's
does.
on like chapter fucking
I'll get
1579 or
into that
something.
eventually.
That's
And
so
I'm reading
funny.
it and I'm like,
One
yeah,
Piece
I
is only
can't see this
1200 or
ending
some
within
shit.
even a
What's he
decade.
what's he gonna do next? Punch someone? Yeah,
He's
He's not
roll on
actually
fighting
someone,
anymore, right?
he's
What's he doing?
retired because he's punch
He's
drunk
retired.
now.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Why does every
Ippo?
boxing manga
Yeah. He got hit in the
Oh,
head too
how
many times and now he's
tragic.
punch drunk.
Oh shit. So he's like dropping the glass and everything. Oh
Yeah,
my
he was like
god.
having seizures and like couldn't see and he would like black out during fights.
Oh,
every
It was
boxing
awesome.
manga and anime ends like that? Like
I guess it's emblematic of the
Yeah, ever
sport.
since
it's
ever since
true,
Ashita
but
no
like
Joe, the last fight, he gets
Yeah.
punch drunk and
yeah,
then he
Yeah. It
dies.
and
dies.
then Baki's like fucking not Baki himself, but like
No,
every
Baki's
boxer
totally
and
fine.
Baki's like but every boxer Baki's like all fucked
Right,
up.
Muhammad Ali Jr. gets turned to a bitch.
Dude, they're
He's
all
just completely demoralized and humbled.
Muhammad Ali's just like drooling every time he's on screen. It's
Jesus
so
Christ.
Baki's fucking hilarious, dude. That shit's so funny. I love that
Itagaki is a
anime.
genius. He really is.
Or
He's the
manga.
modern warrior
Baki
poet.
is so grotesque to
It
me.
is.
I was like,
That's
It's
the
I,
beauty of
so
it.
I cannot with these designs.
It's
dude, that's the
spectacular.
that's the that's the like intrigue. It's so bad.
That's the
It's
intrigue.
good. Like not intrigue. Well, with the anime, I'll say. It's one of those it's so bad it's good. Like it's so bad but unique. It's good. Not like
Yes. Well, that is why people watch the anime because they're stupid and they can't read. So like,
I
oh,
mean
he got
I've
pee
read
pee
it
on him.
too.
He
I've read
got
it
pee
too,
pee on
but
him. It's a funny pee pee. You know, they don't care about the like 3-4 page
Fuck.
long fucking Miyamoto Musashi
Okay, let's be real. The fucking manga
treatise on the five rings or whatever.
declines. The manga
Oh yeah, but I'm saying
declines after
Itagaki
the
was he was the greatest.
Okay.
He was the only person who was like, let's take a battle manga and let's actually investigate. Let's think about what does it mean really to be the strongest? What does it mean to live as a fighter? What goes through these people's heads instead of just like, I'm gonna hit you really hard and you're gonna fall down because I'm pissed off, you know? You put a little bit of thought into it.
Yeah.
Was he the first to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't I
I
genuinely
got a
just
closer. Yeah, I need to examine it more closely.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about games at one point.
I know, sorry. I
Oh,
mean
no
No,
worries. No
don't
worries.
cut back
care
if
for
we have to.
games.
It's all nerdy shit. Most people
Don't care
listen
for
to
gaming.
both.
These days, I'm more of a reading guy.
Yeah.
I do read quite a bit of manga.
That's
These
good.
days, I just
Quite a
have
bit.
my manga uploaded to my Neuralink.
Hmm. Yeah. All the fibers sticking and all the pages getting zapped
Yeah, I
straight
played
there.
Sam,
Cyberpunk and I was like, that seems good. I think I should do that.
Sam, have you played Balatro?
Is that's a poker game, right?
Poker
Yeah.
roguelike.
I
It's
have
poker
not.
roguelike deck builder. It's
But I
fun.
really enjoy playing poker in Red Dead 2, so
Oh,
I could
dude.
assume that this would be fun.
It's so fun. It's like crack. It's
Yes,
unreal.
That's what I hear.
it would
I've only seen
be
this game tangentially, but
it would be
It's
better for
so
your
good.
health to start smoking crack instead of buying
I
Cilantro.
think so. I think so, actually. You know what's really good to do with You know what I do with Balatro? I listen to podcasts. So for all you
wow.
listeners
Yeah,
out
so the
there,
time just melts away. It's even worse.
That's
get
great.
Balatro and listen to
Listeners, go buy Balatro and then listen to our whole back catalog.
Yeah,
yep.
you won't remember a single thing, but
I
you'll
won't
listen
remember
to
a
the
single
whole
thing.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
That'll
actually
do
what I'm doing.
numbers for us, and you'll lose your job come the morning. It's all good.
I've been doing that with the official podcast lately, just fucking binging it out while I'm doing it. Now I'll go do that with this. But yeah,
Not
Incredible.
bad.
yeah.
You got some time.
But Balatro's so it's addictive. It's a
It's so
roguelike,
good.
roguelite, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
What's that aspect of it? How is that applied to
It's a deck
poker?
builder. It's a deck builder.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
You
So
just a
like
deck
manipulate your
you're
builder
deck.
you
with just regular playing cards.
wow.
Yeah, you start like with the standard deck. Well, depends on the deck you start with, but then they have like basically like other elements of other like they have tarot cards that you can get to manipulate that starting deck. Maybe you
Oh, so it's
copy all the
fun
kings
poker. I
eventually.
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, then they have
Okay,
like
It's
okay.
special
single player
cards that
poker.
can it's wild.
Yeah.
There's boss antes. It's hard to explain, honestly. Like you just gotta kind of play it.
Mhm.
And there's jokers which like modify.
Oh, not
It's
the
like
Joker.
you play. Let's say you got a joker that multiplies every heart card played by 1.5 times its worth. So
Mm.
you start maxing stuff. It's very fun. Just
Okay.
it's very like mathy too, which is where I get kind of into it. But
Oh,
Yeah. If
oh,
you're
look
a
at this.
hashtag
These
nerd, you'll
intellectuals
love
over here. Hold
Balatro.
on. Wait a minute. I can't do math. I
you
don't
can
think I'm
get
going to enjoy that.
just go on Desmos and start plugging shit in.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
if you're a real
It's easier.
brainiac, if you love calculus and trig, Balatro is the game
You
for
don't
you.
need to love calculator. It's basically math, but
There you go.
it is very
Yeah.
fun.
When you
Okay.
see the number go up really high, you're like, oh fuck,
Yeah,
I am so fucking smart and
and
good
it
at
starts.
video games.
It's true. It starts catching on
Okay.
fire, and like
Yeah.
the sounds start
Oh.
going crazy. You feel like you're in a
Oh,
casino.
it's like the yeah, it's the slot
Dude, it
machine. I
straight up
Yeah.
see.
is.
It's
It
The
exactly the same
Vampire
as Vampire
Survivors.
Survivors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is. That game is
I've been
fucking
playing
fun.
Balatro this whole time we've been recording.
Have
I
you?
love
I'm
that.
actually that one.
No.
Okay.
I
If
love
I
the
could,
idea of that.
if I
It's
wanted,
so
if I wanted to, I mean,
you could. I do it on
That should be
meetings
a
sometimes.
challenge for one of us recording these
yeah.
days. We'll like do a whole recording
See
while
if the
playing
other
it.
person catches.
Yeah.
Dude, if they had it on, if they put it on mobile, like on an iPad, and they make it cross-platform, like Balloons is, oh man,
Like
it's better.
balloons.
I played a lot of. I got on the Balloons TD6 kick earlier this year. I don't know what it was. I had never played it, and I went nuts on Balloons TD6. Like, cause I had it just like I did with Hades. I had it on my iPad. On Hades, I had the Switch, but I had it on my iPad and my computer. So I would just like, if I was waiting for my boys to get on for league or something, then I would like play some balloons for 20, 30
And
minutes.
you were
Or
like,
if
wait
Ivy
a
and I would
minute.
go watch like South Park or something, or you watch some mindless shit, some fucking trash TV, watch her watch
Yeah.
a 30 Day Fiance or whatever, 90 Day Fiance. I would be playing balloons on my iPad while she's like,
Right.
watching shit. And I'm
Decompressing,
acting
watching the
like
And
I'm
junk.
watching
Yeah.
it when I
you're
go
There
coming
you
to the
go.
realization like, oh, this game's actually fun. It's more fun than the game I'm waiting to play. I should probably just play
No,
this
yeah.
one.
Hey, yo, balloons is hella fun. I'll admit. I never put money into it.
Has it brought you more joy than League of Legends this year, you think?
For
Yeah.
sure. 100%. All League does is depress me, dude. It's legit, but I'm addicted. Like I can't
Oh,
stop.
uh-oh.
I'm not addicted, but it's like
I think you are. You just
You
admit to it. You
are.
can't backpedal on this shit.
it's our competitive game, right? If I could find another competitive game for
Mm.
like, you know, me and a group to like really get into
Team
as good
Fortress
as
2.
I am at League, then like, yeah. I'm not can't be a shooter.
Left 4
Tell you
Dead
right
2.
Can't be
now,
a
can't
shooter.
be a shooter.
Left 4
I'm
Dead 2
just
versus.
Nick, I'm only getting older and shooters are only getting harder.
Listen,
And
if you can't handle playing as a hunter when you're on the infected team, you're too far gone.
I like Halo. I didn't play Infinite. Ivy and I are playing through all the Halo campaigns.
Hell yeah. That's
They're hella fun.
prime split screen. I
Fuck
love
yeah,
those
dude.
games.
We're
Yeah.
Yeah,
actually playing
Time
through it on
Splitters competitive.
on.
There you go.
Oh
Bring
man,
back
bring
that
back
scene.
Time
Yeah.
Splitters,
Yeah.
baby.
Oh, now you like shooters.
Yeah, I mean, I played that shit on a controller on my
Yeah.
console, like sitting in my couch, Like, I don't know. Shooters on computer are just so sweaty. It's so hard. Like, people are so fucking
The
good.
matchmaking on PC
You're
for
so
shooters
outclassed.
is nuts. Like
I play on PC when like Ivy and I are playing Halo now because it's just we both have laptops, but like it, online competitive, any shooter. I've tried Valorant, I've tried CS:GO, I've tried
Well, that's the thing.
Apex,
If you're
like
playing bad games, you
PUBG
gotta
was
you gotta
fun for a
play
while.
you gotta gotta play
Half-Life 1
Fortnite, Jake.
deathmatch.
I tried Fortnite, dude. I tried it and I can't get into it.
That's
Good.
fair.
I
That's
can't.
fair.
A
Good.
lot of my friends have even tried to get me into it, and I don't I like building. I do.
Play the mode without building, dude. It's
If they're
so much
trying to get
better
you to play
without it.
Fortnite, they
I
won't
don't
leave you
even like
alone.
either.
Pull up Scooby Toilet on your phone, show it to them. They'll be completely entranced. You can slip away.
I just can't do it, dude. It ain't me. I can't do Fortnite.
I
I liked
respect. I
PUBG.
respect it.
I liked PUBG when it came out. When it first came
Hmm.
out, that was some of the most fun I ever had playing a video game with friends. But I don't know. It's just too sweaty, dude. People are so fucking good at shooters. They're so good. It's so hard to play
Yeah,
shooters online.
yeah. I hear you. You should play Street Fighter 6.
There you
Fighting
go.
games, another thing that I'm just never that good at.
Tekken 8, it got that big balance update. Have you played since, Nick?
No, I was playing Street Fighter
You play
6
fighting
actually
games?
right before we started recording because Akuma came out today.
You play
Mm.
fighting games, Sam?
Uh, casually,
Dabble.
Yeah. I like
Dude,
the 3D Namco ones. So
I'm
like
playing
Tekken,
Tekken
Soul
8 like the
Calibur.
day it came out, I
Tekken
think.
growing
We
up
were
was
playing
pretty
Tekken 8 like the
Yeah,
weekend it came out when you were here.
picked
That's
up
cool.
King
Hmm.
as always.
Yeah. No, I really gravitated towards Steve in this entry for whatever reason. He never clicked before, but now I'm like really enjoying that boxer. Just real good shit.
So you're a Steve player in
Hmm.
Smash, are you? Mm, you're one of those in Smash,
In
huh?
Smash. Oh, like Lil Mac?
No,
No,
Steve.
like Minecraft.
Steve.
Oh, Minecraft Steve. No,
Yeah.
no. Fuck no, dude.
Smash is like the one fighting game I'll play, and I'm
Mhm.
not great at it, but it's just simple enough for me. I don't have to learn the combos.
Yeah, I've
I
left it
like
in the
fighting game
past.
styles, like I love Bayonetta and stuff, but dude, I don't know. It's another thing, like fighting games. People are so good at them.
I don't like going online and fighting games, which
I
Nick
do.
probably thinks is insane. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the whole
it's
reason I
crazy.
play them is to
But
fight random people and make them feel bad.
People are just so good. Like
Yeah,
I'm too old and I don't know.
we're
It's
the
too
same
late for
age.
me to get. I know, but you've been playing fighting games for over a decade, and I've been playing
So,
League for almost a decade.
and
Like,
you hate League.
yeah, but I've been playing it for
Yeah,
a
but
decade. It's the one
I can't give
competitive
up
game
on
I
her
can
now.
play.
You backed
Oh,
the wrong
Jake.
horse.
I'm starting to
Jake,
give it
don't
up for
talk like that.
Trackmania. I've
Don't talk
started.
like that.
Racing games are my forte.
Acting like the end is here. Oh, I gotta hang up the controller. I'm done
Yeah.
gaming.
Nah,
Shut the
dude,
fuck up.
my
As soon as
wrists
I
hurt.
hit the big
My
You
3
got
wrists
you
0,
got
fucking
another
hurt,
30,
Sam.
40 years in you.
Oh,
tendonitis
I'll be
is settling
playing
in like the
games
chill of
until,
death.
dude, I'll be playing games
Yeah.
until I can't wipe my own
You'll
ass.
be at
But
the
like,
nursing home
yes,
giggling.
someone will be
Yeah.
wiping my ass and I'll be playing a video game. But
Yeah.
I will not be as good as I am now. And my wrists, I can tell you right now, my wrists fucking hurt
That's fine.
sometimes,
You'll
dude.
have the
mean,
neuro controller just
I'm
like
so
I'm just
down.
like one of the main
Just put
reasons
me
to
in.
even have a
Send me
kid
in.
is just to make them play me in a fighting game and be like, yeah, if you beat me, you don't have to go to school all week.
Your kid's
Just
gonna
put up
get way better.
insane
Kids are
conditions.
so good, dude. Kids are so fucking good at video
If they
I'll let
games.
you
can,
pick a rental from Blockbuster if you
yeah.
beat me tonight,
There
son.
you go.
Ooh,
Yeah.
so I guess we're getting Evil Dead 2 again.
Get you a GameFly pass for the
Yeah.
next couple months.
Exactly. We can go to Redbox tonight, son.
Yeah.
Wow.
GameFly was the shit.
If you lose, it's into the chokey.
Was it GameFly? Is that right?
Yeah, those
Gamefly,
only
yeah,
ship
they'd
you the
Yeah,
mail it to
games.
you.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what was awesome? You know what was
You could
fucking
put in a different
awesome?
game and send it back and they wouldn't give a shit.
No,
Could
no,
you?
no. I mean, I
No,
think
that'd
they
be
would give a shit.
crazy.
No,
Yeah,
you
but
know what was really cool? Games that were $300 on eBay even at that time
We're on
were
Gamefly.
like I was able to
yeah,
play Radiant Dawn and like Path to Radiance and other games like that from GameFly. I was able to play Final Fantasy, I forget which one. I think 8, I can't remember. You
Hmm.
let me borrow 7, I
Yeah,
think.
this
But I
episode is
all the
sponsored by
PlayStation ones were just
Gamefly.
mine. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but the like yeah, GameFly, you were able to play a lot of those games that,
it
you would
was
have to pay
crazy. Yeah, they would just put
$300
those
for on
rare
eBay.
games in a plastic sleeve with like the most flimsy cardboard
I
little Manila
know.
folder, and they would just send it in the mail.
That's
And they were
awesome.
always, I had it for like 2 years and I never once had an issue. I always got a
Yeah,
solid game. You could find almost every game you were looking for, like, which was crazy to me.
It is
They
awesome.
somehow sourced it.
honestly, better than streaming. I would say. I kind of
Way
hate
better.
Yeah,
streaming.
because you have a physical copy of the fucking thing in
Yeah,
front of
we
you.
have
Yeah.
physical con
Yeah,
You're not restrained by always online
Bandwidth.
shit,
Yeah. Yeah.
bandwidth, lag, ugly, ugly, ugly nastiness.
I hate that digital,
That the
like,
push for streaming
push
is
for
going. Yeah.
digital legacy media. Like, I want physical legacy media. I mean, like, I want physical media. Like, the main reason I'm like, okay, I need to get one of these consoles. Like, I need to get a PS5 and or a Pro. I'm hoping a Pro. I will just get a Pro at this point. So
Get
long,
the
contingency
pro.
is
Let's
I'm
get the
gonna get a
pro.
Pro so long as it has a disk drive. Like, if the Pros are
Mm.
exclusive digital,
Digital
like the new
only. Yeah.
That'd
Xbox
I
be
Series
do have
X and
a
insane.
I
stuff,
do have a disk drive on my
I'm
PS5.
not getting a Pro if it
That's
doesn't
such an
have a disk
insane
drive.
concession to make.
What?
Just like, oh yeah, you can get the PS5 a little bit cheaper, but in exchange, you can't own any of your games.
Yeah,
Dude, half of the
$20
reason,
less. You can
legit,
get
half of the
that.
reason I want to get one is because it's you can play Blu-rays. I don't currently, I have a PS3, but like
Oh
it
yeah.
can't play Blu-rays at you know, the level that a PS5 Pro can or Pro,
Yeah.
I mean
Yeah,
PS5 can play.
listen, man, you gotta tell me about physical media. As I've said every episode for the last couple of weeks, my Sega Saturn is just sitting there waiting to play a game.
Yeah, talking about that.
Yeah.
Shit.
When you
That's right.
finally find one of those
When I
games for
when
less
I
than
scrounge
$700,
up
oh
that
man,
seven
Mhm.
thousand
God,
dollars,
if only you had GameFly right now.
I know, get
I'm
that copy
telling
of
you,
Shining Force
dude.
3.
Shit.
Ugh.
All right. Fellers, before we continue anymore, my bedtime is 10 p.m.
No,
Jake,
yeah,
because
it's all good,
Yeah.
brother.
yeah,
I mean,
I
me
work at a
too.
preschool these days.
Hey,
So it's
congrats. I
oh,
didn't know
thank you.
that's what you're doing.
Yeah, and I got engaged last October. So
Yeah, he
Big
did.
congrats.
yeah,
I'm getting
thank you. Hey, I
congrats.
know, yeah, Nick told me you as well, right? So
Not yeah, but it's
we're working on it, yeah.
Everyone's
yeah.
copying
She's
me.
not gonna listen to this.
Anyway,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll be
Well,
doing it.
yeah, we'll edit this out. I'll just do the outro if that's okay with you, Nick. I think this is a good sign that we should just have
I'm
Jake
gonna
on
shit my
another
pants.
episode.
So we should wrap it up. Oh, sorry. I thought you were gonna say good time to finish it up.
No, then
I
we
have Crohn's disease
totally.
and it's kicking. So
They're saying
no, I would
combine
love to
two
come
into
back
one
on though.
super
Thank you.
episode or something.
No. Just like in the
Yeah, we
future.
can.
Oh yeah, I
Have
didn't
him
even
on
notice it
again.
was 10.
Yeah, I know. It's been like almost 2
Jesus.
hours.
Yeah, that
So
flew by.
All right.
all right. So anyway, and that was gaming this week, this month even. And if you really if you really want to find us on social media, you know where our links are. They'll be at the bottom of this screen, this fucking episode.
You know where it is.
Yeah, Super Sammy,
You
come
know
on
where it
Twitter.
is.
Somebody stop me. We have a link tree. Fuck it. If you liked what you heard, if you liked what you saw, then like or subscribe. But I won't pressure you in any other way because I hate that pushy shit.
I do.
All right, I'm a reformed man. I'm gonna leave it up to you. And anyway, that was Video Ditch for this week. Thank you for watching and listening. Until next time, keep on gaming in the free world. Thank you.